Let's give it up for Portsmouth Roller Ventures. We've got 101 Shortistic, 109 Trip Hazard, got 12 Hannibal Lecter, 207 Ruby Trap, 222 Thunder Thighs, 227 Mimi, 24 Smash Cut, 252 Rolex, 27 Gnarly Williams. We've got 57 Peggy Peril, 711 Foxy Noxy, 74 Slaughterloo, 84 Harold Bashop, and the last 96 Pipistrelle Hell.
I like how prepared you are.
All right. Let's give it up for Milton Keynes Roller Derby. We've got the Milton Keynes Concrete Cows. We've got 05 Thunderfies, 10 Curl Jam, 148 Doppler Blue, 1789 French Revolution, 1963 Misbehavior, 258 Tasmanian Devil, 407 Bamazon Warrior, 55 Claudia Face Off, 57 Magic Beanz, 63 Beehive Bedlam. We've got 804 Slade J, 86 Shanks, and last but not least 919 Pterodactyl. All right. So it's Portsmouth Roller Ventures in white and Milton Keynes Roller Derby in red. Milton Keynes have just played Copenhagen Roller Derby and it was such a close match. So I think they're maybe a bit tired, but hopefully not too tired to make this game really exciting too. And while we wait for the first whistle, I'll just like to give a big thanks to all the officials helping us out today. For this game, it's Kiravi, Ferret Rocher, 1664, Honk, Moinster, Oxytocin, Gasoline, Røven, Mama Cat, Points Failure, Lemur, Ground Princess, Miscalculation, Antidote Fruit, Jelly, Merci beaucoup. So, a big applause to the lovely officials. Thank you for being here and making this all possible. Has anyone here not watched roller derby before? Uh-oh. Er der nogen, der vil foretrække, at der også bliver sagt noget på dansk? All right. Okay, we've got first whistle. Let's see how these teams match up. So I've really practiced saying Portsmouth and not Portsmouth. So I'll let all of you who maybe also thought like me that it was called Portsmouth. It's not. It's called Portsmouth. So I'll try to say it the right way, but if I don't, then please don't be too harsh. We've got 407 as the first lead jammer. And that was a force 4 points, but they're being chased by the pivot turn jammer. Will we get another few points before they call it off? All right, so that was a great start for Milton Keynes with 6 points against 0. Another fast jam. So the last game we had was a lot of very fast, very short jams. So I'm very excited to see how this one turns out. Okay, we have lead again for Milton Keynes, 5-7. Maybe they're not as tired as I thought they would be. We've got another. Pivot turn jammer, and we've got another call off. 4 fast points, making it up to 10. When you're a jammer and you don't feel like being a jammer anymore, you can pass the star on to your pivot. That means that the pivot will turn jammer, and then they have the possibility to score points. We've just seen 2 of those for Portsmouth. So that's definitely something to look out for. What a chase. Let's see. A quick call off again, making it to 2 points for white and 1 point for red. This time we have the first lead for Portsmouth. They're choosing to call it off because 407 from Milton Keynes is right behind them. And sometimes it makes more sense to not get any points than getting, maybe the other team gets 4 points and you get 0. When you get points in roller derby, you also get the points from people in the penalty box. That means as soon as you pass someone's hips with your own hips as a jammer on the scoring pass, you also get, even if you just pass one person, if there's 2 people in the penalty box, you will get those 2 points as well. We've got lead jammer to Milton Keynes again. As you could see, you could see the 2 jam refs just discussing who was out of the pack first. And it turned out to be Milton Keynes again. Such a close game. We've got lead for Milton Keynes again. They're coming around on their scoring pass. And as you could see, the 207 from Portsmouth is the jammer. And as a jammer, you're also allowed to take off the jammer hat with the little star on and put it back. So often you'll do that if you don't have lead to try and confuse the other team. Maybe they forget that you're the jammer. Or maybe they think you'll do a star pass and pass it to the pivot, but you don't have to just because you took it off. And we've got lead for Portsmouth, earning them the chance to get some more points and earning the right to call it off. They're getting 3 lovely points. You could see the Portsmouth jammer doing a really cool little move, turning around, getting their hips past a few more blockers to get some extra points. Once again, the jammers got out really, really close, but Portsmouth was lead, and they called it off before they could get to the scoring pass. As you can see, there is a lot of falling in roller derby. But when you learn to play roller derby, one of the first things that you're taught is how to fall safely. And you're not allowed to play any games until that you have proven that you are stable on skates and that you can fall safely. And often this can take about 1 season, but it can also take several. When you want to play roller derby, you can start up as a beginner on one of our beginner teams. It's called the Copenhagen Roller Derby Fundamentals. We have another beginners team starting up in January. So if you feel like learning how to roller skate or how to roller skate for derby, then that might be something for you. Another super, super close jammers getting out together. If you're in doubt who's lead, you can always look at the jam refs. They will hold up an L showing this person that I'm pointing at is lead. It's not L like loser, it's lead. Got lead for Milton Keynes, super sneaky, getting out just as Portsmouth was getting out again. Again, calling it off to make sure that the other jammer doesn't get more points than they would. Great, so we're coming into jam 11 and we've only had 25 points. That's a lot of skating for not so many points. This indicates that it's really close and that they're fighting a lot to just get any points at all. Again, we have Milton Keynes as lead jammer. Let's give it up for 407. Lead jammer for Milton Keynes. Coming into the pack with a lot of speed, getting through, calling it off. 4 very nice points against 0 to Portsmouth. All right, 2-2-2. Thunder Thighs from Portsmouth is lead, getting their points in and calling it off. That's another 4 points for Portsmouth, doubling their amount of points. The score is 30-9. And in roller derby, it can change so fast. So it doesn't say anything about how this is going to end up. It really looks super close so far. In roller derby, there's a lot of rules. One of them is that you need to stay in a pack. If you don't stay in a pack, or when the referee is telling you that the pack is split or that there's no pack, that you try to make it a pack again, then you might get a penalty. Yeah? So you need to be within 10 feet of the other skaters, and the pack is made up of the most amount of players from both teams. So when you see someone yelling no pack, the skaters are supposed to get closer together so that they can form a pack again. Milton Keynes is lead, and Portsmouth was kind of out, but was unsure if they had made a cut. A cut is when you get pushed out of track, and then you need to step behind the blockers from the other team. But now they're definitely both out. Got 4 points for Milton Keynes and 0 for Portsmouth this time. Portsmouth as lead, but there's a super fast jammer 5-7 from Milton Keynes. Running towards them, getting them to call off. If you have any questions about any rules or anything you want to know, please come down and see me, and I will maybe answer them all, or else I'll ask someone who knows. And we've got Portsmouth as lead. Let's give it up for 2-2-2. from Portsmouth coming in to take some points. Okay, Portsmouth calling it with 4 points for both teams. All right, so as I said before, you can play roller derby with Copenhagen even if you haven't skated before. Then we have this fundamentals team starting in January, but you can also play roller derby if you're kids. So if you're between 10 and 18, we have a juniors team. And if you want to join the juniors, they have the sweetest trainers. And they play every Tuesday here in this hall in DGI. Another 2 points for Milton Keynes, bringing them up to 44 against 21. Again, this is not a very big difference in scores. If a jammer gets a penalty, then you might get a lot of points because you have all of your team to help you do offense rather than focus on defense, so things can shift really fast. Four quick points from Milton Keynes. So I thought maybe Milton Keynes would be tired, but they don't. They don't look tired at all. They're just skating around and around getting lots of points. I hope they last the full two periods though. Lead for Milton Keynes again. We've got 1-7-8-9 French Revolution as a jam for Milton Keynes. Calling it off. They're also playing as a blocker. Very, what do you call it in English? Alsidig player. Versatile player. All right, so we have a team timeout. You're allowed to take timeouts as a team, that makes sense. You do in all sports. In roller derby, the officials are also allowed to take timeouts. So if they need to fix something, then they will call for a timeout. The timeout is 1 minute for the team. So it gives you the possibility to make a new strategy, figure out how to get from those 21 points and catching up on Milton Keynes. So now we have the situation where we get a power jam for Portsmouth. A power jam means that one of the jammers get a penalty, having to skate to the penalty box to sit for 30 seconds. And in that time, the other team can focus on just getting lots and lots and lots of points. First of all, Ruby Trap from Portsmouth has got lead, and now they're on the scoring pass. But the jammer from Milton Keynes is back on track, ready to get through the initial pass and then get some points as well. So they're through initial. Let's see what they do. They're calling it off with their 4 good points. I should probably also mention our sponsor in Copenhagen Roller Derby. Sucker Punch Skate Shop is our sponsor as of recently. You can go buy some roller skates, buy some roller skate stuff. Really close again. But Milton Keynes has the lead and the ability to call it off, which they do, as Portsmouth is trailing behind very closely. All right, this is giving us a power jam for Milton Keynes in red. The white jammer from Portsmouth just got a penalty for doing a direction, I think. A direction is when you're pushing someone not in derby direction, so in the wrong direction. Derby happens in the direction that you see the skaters skating now. Ooh, this is exciting. So we're getting a power jam start for Milton Keynes as they called off the jam while the jammer from white Portsmouth was still in the box. That was 4 solid points for Milton Keynes on their power jam, calling it off when the other jammer got on track again. Who made this playlist? It's always fun to watch how other teams do the jam starts. So when they're starting each jam, they do a jam start, and there's different tactics you can do. And sometimes there'll be defense, of course, but also some offense. And when you play roller derby, you practice jam starts a lot because you really want to get out of the jam starts having lead. So maybe some of the Copenhagen Roller Derby trainers are getting a little inspiration from all these different jam starts that we see today. Lead for Portsmouth. Calling it off because Milton Keynes is skating in front of them, getting points before. You don't want that. So calling it off. Every jam can last up to 2 minutes, so even if the period time runs out, it doesn't mean that the jam stops. The jam stops whenever someone calls it off or if it's been 2 minutes. So now we have 30 seconds to line up, and then although the period clock is running out, we will start the jam, and it can go for maximum 2 minutes, but until the lead jammer calls it off. Although 2 minutes doesn't seem like a lot, it can be very, very exhausting to skate for 2 minutes. Because it's so high intensity. All right, so we have the first official timeout of the day. That means that they're discussing something, that they wanna figure out what happened at something. It could be, did someone get some points that wasn't counted? Did someone get a penalty that we didn't see, or something like that? That was quickly resolved. And that was a sign that we're ready to start again. All right, so we see again that the jammer from Portsmouth has taken off the helmet cover with the star, either trying to trick the others or trying to pass the star to the pivot. The pivot is the skater with the line on the helmet. The jam was called off, and we have intermission for the next 15 minutes. Again, if you have any questions, anything you want to know about Copenhagen Roller Derby, the rules, or I don't know, something completely different, you can come up and ask me, and maybe I'll have the ability to answer those questions, or I definitely know someone who can. All right, the intermission is almost over. 40 seconds left. Again, I'm excited to see like how Milton Keynes will hold up. They've been playing Derby for one game already. So we have the second half now, and then at 5, right? Yeah, at 5, Copenhagen is playing against Portsmouth. Here we go again. Milton Keynes in lead, but Portsmouth right after. So I'm excited to see what tactics they've talked about in the changing rooms while having a break. So we've got the first 4 points of this half and the first penalty of this half. In roller derby, there's lots and lots of rules about what you can do and what you cannot do. All of the rules is to make sure that it's safe to play. So you're not allowed to hit anyone on the spine or in the head. And you're not allowed to use from like the elbow and below to grab onto other players or give them an elbow in the whatever side. So you can only use your shoulders and your hips to try and get yourself past. Another lead for Milton Keynes in red. And we have a star pass. A star pass meaning that the pivot, the player with the stripe on top of their helmet, has got the jammer star. They still have to get through though. So let's see how that goes. They're out, yes. The pivot turned jammer got out. Now they're putting the star back on so that they can score some points when they get down and through the pack. Oh, it's been called off. So no points for Portsmouth, but another 8 points and some for Milton Keynes. Total of 11 points for Milton Keynes this time around, so they've got around 100. Yay, we've got a lead jammer from Portsmouth, and it's a power jam. Cheer them on. Now it's time to get some points for Portsmouth. That was the first 4 points. Let them have another 4 so we can even up this game a little bit. Let's go Thunder Thighs. Another 4 points. I think they will have 4 more before they call it off. Let's see, let's see. Oh no! Oh, they got a penalty. That means we got 4 points for Milton Keynes. The jammer is coming through again. Another 4 points for Milton Keynes, making it 8-8 so far this jam. There's another 20 seconds left of this jam. Because the lead jammer got a penalty, they lost lead, meaning that the jam will run the full 2 minutes. All right, 4 more points for Thunder Thighs from Portsmouth. After this very exciting 2-minute jam, we have another one. So there's no pack. Oh, I'm confused. So there was no pack, I was paying attention to that, but we have the lead jammer, which is Beanz and red jammer 5-7. Another 4 points for both the jammers. What are they gonna do? Okay, so it looks like Milton Keynes, who is the lead jammer, is running it because they have some people in the penalty box. Now that they're out, they are calling it off. We have a team timeout for Milton Keynes. All right, so while we're in this timeout, you can warm up your voices so they're ready for next game. Let's give a big applause to all the officials who are helping out today. Without the officials, there would be no derby. So thank you so much. Another chase, but no points for Portsmouth again. 4 points for Milton Keynes. All right, getting some hype from the music. We've got lead jam of 4:07 from Milton Keynes. Getting just so many lead jams today. And just so many points. Very impressive. All right, another 4 points in this jam. That brings it up to a total of 12 so far, while, now Portsmouth is out. Portsmouth. All right, so still listening to this great song. Let's see if we can have another jam with 16 points to Portsmouth this time. Oh, so close. We have Magic Beanz as lead again, but Ruby Trap is close behind them. Let's see, let's see. What happened? I have no idea what just happened. Why was it not called off? Were they out of?
Because they stopped tapping before they got
Ah. Yeah, so the jammer stopped tapping before the jam was called off. Not calling the jam off, but all the players thought that the jam was called off. Lead for French Revolution again. But Portsmouth is also out, so we'll have another quick jam, another quick 4 points. Yes! Portsmouth is lead! Let's get some points, get some points! Oh. Oh no. Oh no. All right, so we have a fun situation now where both of the jammers got a penalty. This means that the second jammer only sits as long as the first jammer, and since you cannot play without a jammer, the first jammer only sits until the second jammer gets a penalty. This, however, means that there is no lead, and we are running the 2 full minutes for this jam, making it possible to get lots of points. All right, let's go. So many penalties right now. Someone getting tired? This 2-minute jam is called off with so many points. I think the highest scoring jam we've seen in this whole game, maybe actually this whole day. Milton Keynes is calling for a timeout. That was the end of the team timeout for Milton Keynes. So we have someone from Milton Keynes in Copenhagen Roller Derby. And I asked them earlier what interesting things there was to see in Milton Keynes. And they said there was nothing. There are some roundabout and some concrete cows. But the people from there seems really nice at least. Milton Keynes with Magic Beanz is lead. That was the first 4 point for Magic Beanz. I think they're going in for another 4 while their blockers are holding the jammer from Portsmouth. Beanz, you can do it. You've got 57 seconds left of this jam. No need to be tired yet. "24 seconds, Beanz, you can do it." Lots of points for Magic Beanz, 16 so far, and another 8 seconds. Will they get even 4 more? That was 120 to 0 points down. Magic Bean definitely deserves a little break. Pipistrelle, hell! Go get some points, you can do it! Was it 1 point? There's a mouth guard on track. Who is missing? No. Okay, there's no mouth guard on track. There's an official timeout.
They got reminded that we can't see this. They need to show it.
All right, so there was just a little reminder that you need to actually really show that you want to call it off. Some teeny tiny taps is not enough, you have to show it. Was Trip Hazard almost tripping? There's a team timeout for Portsmouth. So while we have this timeout, I just want to mention again that Soccer Punch Skate Shop is our sponsor. You can buy skates, you can buy skate stuff, you can probably also buy other stuff, but I only know about the skate stuff part. If you are between 10 and 18 years of age and want to join our juniors, you can do that. You can look up how on the internet. If you want to join the fundamentals course, teaching you how to skate and how to play roller derby, then you can join in the beginning of January, where we have a new season. The fundamentals course we call Fundies for fun. They have a lot of fun. They go to a bar every Friday. And they learn how to skate. Most important, of course. Yes! No! In, yes! Okay, so although Ruby Trap from Portsmouth got out first, they got out first falling and not passing all the skaters upright and inbounds, which means that they did not get lead. It was Milton Keynes who got lead, and they called it off immediately. Just if you were confused about what happened there. If you're thinking skating is not for me, you can also join to be a non-skating official. Those are the ones who do the paperwork, do the counting, do the pointing. They're very important for this game. So if you're like, roller derby looks super cool, I don't think I want to skate, but could I be part of this anyway? Yes, you can. Someone just had a question for me. It was, when does this next season start where I can join roller derby? That is in January. We had a star pass and the pivot is out. But too late. Milton Keynes called it off with 4 points to 0. All right, so we've seen the different jam starts so far. Here we have a start where they're all the way down by the pivot line. So the jam line is where the jammers are standing, and the other line across the track is called the pivot line. The blockers are supposed to be within those two lines. When the jam starts, they decide themselves where. Someone's got a cut. Who was it? It's red 5-5, got a cut. We've got Magic Beanz again. Let's see if that's another 20 points this time around. It's 8 so far with a little apex jump. Now we have a star pass for Portsmouth. And Magic Beanz is calling it off just as Trip Hazard was coming around. We have Portsmouth as lead jam. Let's get some points. See the blockers doing some offense. That was beautiful. 4 points for Portsmouth, 0 for Milton Keynes. Or I think it was 4 points. Yes, 4 points. Lead again for Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes calling it off as they were being chased by the jammer from Portsmouth. We've got another 5.5 minutes left of this wonderful game. I think someone is looking forward to a break, a shower, and maybe a fizzy drink. And another team is playing again at 5. So Portsmouth and Copenhagen playing against each other at 5 o'clock. We've got Milton Keynes out, but Portsmouth is right behind them. That was 4 points for Milton Keynes. Shanks. We've got another 3 minutes left of this game. Got a team timeout for Milton Keynes. All right, we have a power jam for the white team. Portsmouth maybe getting some points this time around. Let's see. Let's go Ruby Trap, get some more points. that was 4 points for Portsmouth and 0 for Milton Keynes. We're going into the last minute. Are you tired, Milton Keynes? Ready for a drink? All right. How British of you. As I said before, even though the period clock runs out, the jam goes until, or can go in until the full 2 minutes. Because Milton Keynes lost lead, we will go for the full 2 minutes. And we've got a situation again where both jammers got a penalty, so they will switch in the box. Foxy Noxy knocking off the jammer. Another 25 seconds left. Got 4 points for both jammers coming through. And another 4 points for Portsmouth. Big applauses for both these two amazing teams, Portsmouth and Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes ending up with 221 points against 88. Copenhagen is playing against Portsmouth at 5 o'clock. In the hour between now and then, you can go to the merch booth, buy an amazing t-shirt, some crazy stickers, something fancy. You can go to the cafeteria, and you can right now go down and give a high five to one of the amazing skaters. All right, so high fives now, and then ready for the next game at 5. Until then, have fun, take a rest to all the officials and skaters, and go buy some merch.
Side.